Be advised, mature content ahead. This podcast is brought to you ad-free thanks to the Legion of Demons at patreon.com/NOTLP. If you like what you hear, there's much more at patreon.com/NOTLP. Join the Legion. That's patreon.com/NOTLP. And now the show.
How do you do? Just a word of friendly warning. I think it will thrill you. It may shock you. It might even horrify you. So if any of you feel that you do not care to subject your nerves to such a strain, now is your chance to, well, we've warned you.
Freddy, I can't deal with your white dog's entitlement.
She is entitled. She came in and just pushed her butt right into Kelley and was like, come on, scratch this. Scratch this.
That's why you're here.
Or spank it. Or just touch it.
I did all of those.
That's all she wants.
But it's
at
like,
all times.
at a certain point, I'm like, I can't. My wrist is tired.
Yeah.
She also wants another baby.
Yeah, well, she's a dog.
Well, it's not a day for
also wants another baby.
A spayed dog.
Well, it's gone tomorrow.
With puppies, that's often the case. They're like, you should wait 8 weeks. Their eyes have to be open at least.
All right, what are we doing?
We're doing Séancé Knowles.
Mm-hmm.
It's Seance month.
Yeah, it is.
I did say Séancé, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Because otherwise,
what did you think you said?
Sounds bad. Beyonce Knowles. Beyonce.
No.
I don't think she's been in horror movies, has she? Kelly Rowland was.
What was that movie?
Famously.
Wasn't she in something with like Idris Elba?
Yeah, she's in that like cheating.
Was that
more of a thriller?
That was more of a thriller, yeah.
It was a thriller. I wouldn't call it horror.
Sometimes they cross, but probably not in that case. Yeah.
Ali Larder's in that movie. I've never seen it.
Me either.
But it keeps getting thrown at me.
Thrown?
Like physically?
Yeah. People on the street just keep winging the Blu-ray at me. Sometimes the special edition, sometimes just, the bare bones Walmart Blu-ray.
That's odd behavior.
I know.
So Amy's going to review this movie called Death Valley for Russian Roulette. Starring or directed by the guy who played Psycho Gorman.
Who was in the suit.
The guy who was in the suit in Psycho Gorman directed this movie.
I hope that's in the wiki where they're like best known for wearing the suit in Psycho Gorman, the director of
Death Valley.
Went on to become our 49th president of these United States before everything crumbled.
Have you seen Psycho Gorman?
No.
It's really fun.
Yeah.
It's like one of those like
it's a recommend.
Nuts and bolts
I'm interested.
elbow grease movies.
I'm interested. It's in the Shudder. It's Shudder.
It's in it.
It's in it. It's on it. It's up it. It's up Shudder.
And other prepositions.
Yeah.
So, Psycho Gorman.
Yeah, that's coming up. And also for the Seance movie, for the main attraction, it's Dave's pick. Dave Jackola. Thank you. Is it Jackola or Jackola?
Well, I don't know.
He's not here.
I'm not him.
I know. I'm just going to say Let
us know.
I just realized I don't know how to properly pronounce your name, so I apologize.
And you have to pronounce it Jackola.
Minty fresh.
Unfortunately, I'm just going to call you Davy J.
We'll call you Davy J. That makes sense. So you picked The Legend of Hell House.
Yeah.
A Richard Matheson novella was awesome in this movie. I can't wait to talk about it.
Yeah.
It's a whole book.
Yeah. Was it real short?
I mean, it's like
I feel like it's short.
150 pages. It's not long.
That's novella length.
It's a novel.
It's a novel that you can read in a weekend easy.
Okay.
Which you should.
It is.
We have it. You should read it.
Okay, fine.
I'll read it again.
I lost it from the library.
That sounded like a threat, Freddy. I'll read it again. I don't care what you say.
I don't give a shit.
I started reading this about 6 years ago. I got it from the library, and then my life got kind of messy, and then I wanted to go back, and I was like, I don't know where this book is.
It was just gone.
It was gone. I had to call the library and confess my loss. And
what'd they do?
They asked me to pay for it, and I did.
That's uncalled for.
That's some real good citizenship.
Was it a reasonable amount, or is it like Blockbuster prices?
Like $20.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Because when you lost a video,
like
Blockbuster
14,
was like $1 billion.
Mm-hmm.
And they got a new copy because of you. In a way, you're like a fucking mensch, you know?
Yeah. Well, I use their services, and I didn't want to get caught up in fees and lose services. And I appreciate the Cincinnati Public Library.
They are an amazing library system.
It's a system that I'm fully in support of.
It's awesome.
Too.
I use it frequently. Even though I have Audible now, I still use the library sometimes. Like, it's weird. Like, you get a lot of free stuff on Audible included with it, but you have to have them. The system is still not all unified where you're going to get everything in just one place.
You get your free nolongerlinda.com, but whatever the LinkedIn bullshit version is, you get that through the library.
Yep.
Yeah. So support your local library is what Kelley's saying.
Yes.
Unless they suck.
Yeah. No, if it's like a cover for a pedophile ring or something like that.
If they don't have
like
an app,
your branch,
fuck them. But like, I'm just kidding.
So
support your local library.
It's code if you rent certain books out, then
if you
Like
cheese pizza.
the guy at Trader's World yesterday wearing the "Kill All Pedophiles" sweatshirt.
Yeah.
I feel that's a nice stance to
There's
have.
a code.
Yeah, but it's like he
It's
doth
not,
protest
though.
too much. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
Not them.
It's like I know what it means.
that's where you
really.
go to get your pedophiles.
His hoodie said "kill all pedophiles," but his purchases were all baby dolls and candy.
What's funny is I saw him and his lady friend
In
and
their
their
van.
child get into a white van. I
Yeah.
shit you not.
It wasn't their child.
'Cause
Well,
they
it was.
followed-
It was now.
Yeah, they were behind us when we were going out to the parking lot, and I was like, "Wow,
They didn't arrive with that child.
shit." Should I have said something?
I feel that's a poor defense. Well, no, he takes a stand. Like
No,
my
see?
sweatshirt said, I didn't touch them kids.
Did you see?
Well, clearly I could not be guilty.
With
Are
a
you
pedophile by
see what
this-
I'm wearing?
You guys, now I'm a little concerned. I didn't.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
I saw something. I
I'm
didn't
the
say
least
something.
pedophilic person you ever meet.
I promise.
So gross.
I'll write that on paper and sign my name to it. I promise.
No, he's like that meme. Like, tell me that you're something without telling me you're something.
He is. Tell me you're a pedophile without telling me. Also, that you're fucking insane.
Oh, Annie Hoosie.
Any whoosie.
Yes.
Yeah, if you want to pick a movie, we were talking about Dave's pick from Interaction. Every cycle of themes for the third film, if you sign up for our mailing list at notlp.com,
We make you do the work.
you just scroll down, sign up there by Dracula, and then we rarely send out emails, but we should send something. But if we will only send you something if it's fun and worth doing. But then we randomly, draw a name who gets to pick the movie fitting whatever theme we're doing for that series.
And here we are.
Here we are.
Face to face.
And it was a wonderful pick.
It was a wonderful pick.
We're just a couple of silver spoons.
So, how's everybody doing? We were all discussing earlier. We might have fucked up yesterday.
Well,
We may have Omicron now.
I just feel like
It just feels
it
Omicron-y.
wouldn't be surprising.
yeah, it was. We all. I
Got
feel
a little too
separately. We got a little cocky.
we got cocky, and then separately we were all going, "Oh no!"
Yeah,
It was packed.
I kept talking about it. Actually,
Yeah.
I was like, "Is this a bad?"
Wait, did we say what we were doing?
We were at Trader's World, which is, if you don't know, and why would you?
We've talked about it many times on the show.
Yeah, it's a indoor flea market. It has some outdoor, but it's this enormous fucking trash heap of trash
Yeah,
that I love.
But there's treasure in that
There's
trash.
treasure in that trash.
yeah.
But it, we were like, well, we're boosted. Didn't wear masks. What are we doing? So we're all nobody's wearing a fucking mask except for like 5 people.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people in those buildings.
And those people are probably not mostly vaxxed or boosted.
Knowing where we were,
Yeah.
I think we might have. We'll see what happens.
Let's hope. Let's hope that our immune systems are powerful.
Yes. And our vaccines are working well. What is it like? I think I got cocky because of the 2 times I've been to Disney World since I've been vaxxed, or Disneyland and then Disney World. I have to be very specific, so you know that I've been to both this year because I'm fancy.
Lottie fucking die.
But like I went maskless the entire time in Disneyland because
I went pantyless.
they didn't require it because cases were down, and I was fine, didn't get anything. And then I just was in Disney World and I'm fine.
Yeah.
But I was only unmasked outside in Disney World. I don't know. We fucked up. I got cocky.
I don't know if we fucked up, but
I
the
don't know.
potential for fuck-uppery is there.
And I consider myself smart, and I've been taking all these precautions, but knowing I'm boosted, I feel like I got a little.
Oh yeah, I'm worried.
loose.
I do worry about the false sense of security aspect of it a little bit,
I'm
but
loose.
then there is the rational part of my brain, and all the experts say like, if you are vaccinated fully, at least with 2, and they said even the third, like it's more of a comfort thing to have the third. They said than it
That's
really.
not what they're saying about Omicron, but go
Yeah.
on.
Well, maybe not about Omicron now, but what I'm saying about as far as like kind of like as the story was developing, like my reasoning, I mean, I could be surprised today where they're like, yeah, you're fucked even if you were boosted and you were out on such and such a day. I just am like, I didn't know. I thought that at least at this point, I feel like I had the information that made me feel like, hey, I can go out and interact. And, I'm not going to get like right up anybody's face. I'm going to give everybody as much space as I can. But when you're in a place like a big crowded flea market, it'll make you second guess yourself for certain.
Yeah.
But we had fun.
But we're live now.
Yeah.
I need a T-shirt that says "I didn't know."
Yeah.
I guess I didn't
I'm
know.
doing my best. Anyway. So that's cool.
It is cool.
So cool.
It couldn't be cooler.
It's the coolest thing ever.
Well, did you guys buy anything at the Traders Worlds?
Yeah, I got Amy a Picard where he's in his farming clothes.
I
It's
saw
from
it.
the
Vineyard.
finale.
Yeah.
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 That's a pretty special one.
It's a very
think so.
such a specific item too.
You don't understand nerds.
And now you got it. I was there when he saw that, and I thought this is a good one. He nailed it.
And the thing is, it's mine.
Yeah.
So I can take it out of the
Exactly.
container.
You should.
The packaging.
You can do whatever you
And I
want.
can play with Picard.
That's right.
You take it in the bathtub with you.
Oh.
Of all the ones that you actually would get to play with, for it to be the one where he's working in the vineyard and not going on adventures is an interesting choice.
Chateau Picard.
Yeah.
You can buy that wine. They make it.
Yeah, not the real Picards because they're not real,
Right.
but they've created an AI that's essentially Picard.
But what's
You can
interesting
buy-
is the
Makes the
vineyard
wine.
owned by Robert Picardo.
Isn't that weird? Yeah. But he's the doctor.
I know.
You can buy blood wine. You can buy Andorian ale.
Yeah,
All the other nerdy Star Trek shit.
I worry that every one of them is probably really disgusting.
Yeah.
Because like you don't even have to try when you have that kind of brand.
No.
Yeah.
You're like, this is gonna sell. Do we really want to make it drinkable?
Anyway.
Yeah. We bought a wind chime.
Yeah.
I was looking for things to spark like that magic feeling, and I was hoping to come home with like more gifts and stuff for people, or even for myself. Like I
Yeah.
wanted to come across that thing, you know. And
Yeah.
we found the Millennium Falcon and
Yeah. You grabbed me a Millennium Falcon. I
it-
appreciate that.
I'm so glad that when you spotted that, you're like, oh. Then if I want to get a gift for a person, I like to overreact to things in my presence. If you're in my gift giving circle, it helps me out.
Andy is going to
immensely.
start freaking out over everything.
Then I'm gonna get some commission from those people
Yes.
at Traders World. I hyped them up for you.
Hyped.
Just the amount of
Give me my
joy
cut.
it lit up your eyes, Kelley. I
Oh,
was
thank
like,
you. No, I'm very excited.
it made me so fucking happy.
I have a spot picked out already on my station, the Kelley PlayStation playset. Oh my God.
Your place that.
I'm gonna have to go out and come back
Come
in.
back. You got to reboot.
Yeah, I already know where I'm gonna put it.
They're pretty
That's from
wicked.
Topicana, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're like die cast, right? It's what they call
Yeah.
it. Like they're kind of like Hot Wheels brand, but it's cool. Like they have the little clear stand.
Oh, they're metal. Yeah, they have a
Yeah.
little clear stand. No, I love them.
Yeah, it look like they fly.
It's the only new Star Wars toys I'm interested in now.
Yeah, but they're classic vehicles, so
Yeah, they're
like,
classic vehicles.
Yeah,
so they're
so-
Hot Wheels. They're like micro machines, but they're not micro.
Yeah, you don't.
macro machines.
They're middle machines. They're not big. They're
I
so
do like the
small.
Star Wars micro machines too. I had a lot of those.
Yeah,
There's macro would be a full size.
It would be you would get the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, you need the medium.
Yeah.
I was telling Amy that I want to start in here, like putting more shelves around just the perimeter of the top and decorating this with curios, like weird shit, like
Cursed
monkeys'
items.
paws,
Yeah.
and like Twilight Zone props.
Yeah, Jack's in the box.
We are
Yeah.
not bringing cursed items.
Haunted
into
Jack's
this
in the
house.
box.
What can we
Raggedy Ann dolls.
can we
Yeah.
contribute our own items? I have a.
Do you have a cursed item?
I have a jar of nails for you.
Oh
I knew it, man.
I'm not
I
taking
knew
your
you were
jar
going to
of
suggest.
fingernails.
OJ's jockstrap from when he was in football. That's cursed.
Yeah, no doubt.
No diggity, no doubt.
No doubt.
Fully cursed.
He was wearing it.
He tried to get it back from us,
When
but
he
I
did the
bought
thing.
this, OJ. It's ours.
Yeah.
OJ's Manolo Blahnik.
But he's gonna come take it back.
Yeah.
Is that what those were called? Did I remember that right? What were his Italian shoes that was the big deal? Weren't they talking about like he left tracks like that were like?
I can't remember.
You want to talk about a 30-year-old
It
murder
went
case?
Bruno something, right?
Bruno Mogli.
I'm gonna look up.
Oh, yeah,
OJ
maybe it
Simpson's
was.
Mowgli from the jungle.
I just feel like that's got to really destroy
Bruno
a brand.
Mogli.
Mowgli.
So we did it together.
we
Amy.
did it.
You made it happen. You put a thing out into the world, and it worked.
Just imagine if like you're run a corporation. And
I
like,
will not.
You have like 3 or 4 endorsement deals with this guy, and then he murders his ex-wife in brutal fashion.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
he won't imagine it.
I
No,
won't,
so-
though.
Think
sorry.
about the pain that Peloton is going through right now.
Poor Peloton.
Poor
If you don't want to be spoiled on the new Sex in the City, somebody dies after riding a Peloton bike. That somebody then, in a bit of damage control for the brand Peloton does a commercial for them. 2 days later, he is accused of sexual assault by like 2 or 3 women.
Peloton just like threw their hands up in the air and
They're
said,
like,
"Come
there's,
on!"
There's nothing we can do here.
As a company, they just said, "Come on!" That was their response.
I feel terrible for all the people involved in that marketing
But
department.
mostly Peloton, right? Not the sexual assault victims, mostly Peloton.
What if there's
Oh,
a
no,
big
no,
guy
no.
that lost a lot of
Sexual
weight or
assault, that's
something
for
using Peloton, like a real like a white bread boy next door type that was real fat, but now he's like much smaller and he did it with Peloton and he's just like someone with a name
Jared
like
Fogle.
exactly something like that. It's like a Jared Fogle.
Hey, Subway recovered from that.
Yeah, they couldn't have known. Right?
Plus, people love Subway sandwiches. $5
Inexplicably.
footlongs.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
I don't like everything. All the things that should have destroyed that brand suggest they have a deal with the devil.
Yeah, that's true. It's like the universe keeps trying to take them out.
I don't know. I think the only reason we got like the last couple of seasons of Community was because of Subway.
They're so insistent upon themselves.
So it's like I can't be super mad at them, and I do kind of like whatever the tuna is.
Yeah,
Ugh.
It's probably not tuna. I always like
That's the worst thing they
It's the
have
right amount
there.
of isn't it's the right amount of tuna too.
I like it.
It's not
That's
too much.
It's not too much tuna.
That's made of the barnacles they scrape off of the side of Chernobyl.
Well, then call me a Chernobyl lover.
I'll eat Subway if I have to, but it's
Yeah.
never anybody's. Is it
No.
anybody's ever first choice?
No,
sure.
I think it
haven't
was
eaten
like
Subway in years.
in the new Saw movie. I think that's one of the things he has to do. Chris Rock.
Eat a $5 foot.
Yeah,
long?
he's like, I need you to dig into this $5 foot long. There's a key. You'll find the key.
Do you have to? Does he get to choose what's on his sandwich first?
Oh yeah, and he can tell him he wants more of
well,
everything.
yeah.
He's like, can you put black olives on there? Okay, more.
His
Okay,
only
more.
choices are black olives.
Good, more,
and
please.
Tabasco sauce.
Tabasco. Okay, I want more pepper loaf. More.
Does he even ask for more lettuce? Who asked for more lettuce?
Monsters.
No, that's not enough lettuce.
20 rabbits in a trench coat.
They're all swaying.
That's cute. Oh, I love that.
Is each hand a rabbit?
Many rabbits.
Mini rabbit.
The 20 rabbit trench coat killer.
Was it Eddie Rabbit? Who? What did Eddie Rabbit do?
He's a rabbit, and he's
Did he
related
do-
to Roger.
Did he do I
And-
Love the Rainy Nights? Or was that?
I don't know.
Or
Eddie
was
Money.
that Freddie Fender?
Well, there's Eddie Money, Eddie
And Eddie
Rabbit,
Money.
Freddie Fender,
Oh my
Betty
God.
White, Geddy Lee,
Eddie Spaghetti. Cousin Eddie.
Teddy Pendergrass.
I don't know who did what anymore.
I feel like we're onto something here. It's like a beautiful mind, or it's like when Charlie did a beautiful mind. Is
Yeah, I'm just making it up.
was it was
Gibberish.
Peppy something?
That was funny.
Oh yeah, when they were in the
The mailroom.
yeah they're in their mailroom. Pepe.
Talking about It's Always Sunny.
Yeah,
I just thought it might be confusing.
Pepe Silvio.
Everybody listening, they're gonna be like, "Did I miss something on the podcast? Who are these people?"
There is no Pepe Silvio.
Oh, that's a good man. That show is just a gold mine for laughter.
I love their new podcast.
It's a laughter gold mine.
If you're an It's Always Sunny fan or fan of those dudes, listen to the It's Always Sunny podcast that they do.
Listen to it.
God damn it.
And then stop and listen. I don't know why I said that. Take that one back.
Then stop and what?
I said snap into a Slim Jim.
Oh, hey, it's fun.
It's not.
Okay.
It's old.
Man, we've
Well, I
been
guess I'm
having
wrong.
these cheese and sausage
I love a
packages.
Slim Jim.
Do you
Hey,
get
what are you
these?
talking about?
Do I get what?
You said Slim Jim and it made me think. Amy started buying these things that are it's a
meat
cheese stick
and a cheese
and a
stick.
cheese stick, and it's fucking great snack.
I don't have that.
It's keto.
No, I know.
You
It
get
sounds
in there,
good. Where
eat
is
that
it?
shit.
Where is it?
It's like, where is it?
Yeah.
store.
The store.
It's not like a Lunchable or anything.
No.
Is it?
No, it's a stick.
Yeah, I get you.
It's like a Slim Jim. It's like a really good Slim
We'll
Jim.
show it to you later.
Yeah. I'll show you our sausage later.
All right.
Are we done at this part?
Yeah, I think we might be.
Hello, boys and girls. It's time for Straight-to-Video Russian Roulette.
Lockdown begins. 3, 2, 1. 8 hours ago, Sammy's Institute received a distress call from one of their compounds. Alpha, we've entered the facility, starting our search.
Looks like they found something in the ice. Dr. Chloe?
They're coming.
What is this thing?
The longer we stay here, the more dangerous it is for you.
There's just a bunch of screaming now. That's not fun.
Yeah. Who doesn't love a bunch of screaming?
It's not fun.
Not. Death Valley. You can find it on Shudder. Here's the thing. It is about sci-fi movie level kind of acting and story. But for some reason, it hit me in the right way.
Oh, it hit.
But you know I like shit like that.
Yeah.
I felt the same way.
Yeah.
It won me over like you wouldn't believe.
Like it's goofy.
But does it know what it's doing? Or is it
I'm not
inadvertent?
quite sure. But there was something just charming about the whole thing. It's a very bro-y movie. So, like, here's the story. There is a research place deep in the somewheres. I don't know. I didn't catch that. It doesn't matter.
That's good enough. Deep in the somewheres, there's a research place.
It's underground, right?
Underground, like bunkery kind of thing. And the movie opens with these people trying to escape because there's a lockdown about to happen because something happened.
Is it maybe in Death Valley?
It's Edith Bunker.
No, I don't think so because it got something from the ice.
I was just laughing because
that's the name
of the movie. I'm like, we're trying to figure out where the movie.
But it wasn't Death Valley. Anyway, so this one lady gets trapped in there.
I'm trapped
because this one guy shoots her in the leg, so she can't run out.
I'm shot.
And this like monster almost gets her, and you're like, "What is happening?" Because you're just kind of thrown into this moment, no real dialogue.
Yeah.
And then it switches to these two bros.
Bro.
They're like bro.
Super bro.
Bro. They give you Dan Cortez vibes.
Bro.
But like the one guy is just like, he's modeled.
Yeah.
Jeremy Nienaber. He's the director's brother, I think. The director is Matthew Nienaber. I'm pretty sure that's how it might be Nienaber.
They're very Canadian.
Yeah.
So it could be. I think it might be a Nienaber.
It's the cutest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Nienaber.
The model.
Have you met the new neighbors, the neighbors?
So they're like mercenary types, I guess, that like for hire dudes.
Well, so they're like the barbarian twins. They're
Yes, because they're so clearly.
Are they charming like the Barbarian Brothers?
Very.
Or?
Yeah, they're not great actors,
not at
but
first.
there's good chemistry.
The new neighbors.
between these dudes. You believe that they're bros.
Yeah.
The one guy's on the phone with his like fiance or whatever who's pregnant, and she's like, "Wait, you're going on another job?" He's like, "This is the last one."
It's that there's so many lovingly handled action movie cliches throughout.
Yeah.
And that's why watching it at first I was like, "Oh, this is going to be one of those unwatchable things." And then I was like, "Wait a minute. You can tell that whoever was behind this, there was so much care, and like you feel like a family made it together, possibly."
Yeah. The knee neighbor family.
I feel like these are people who were in their lives before the movie.
Yeah.
You know, I've got that vibe from it, and for me, it was
the new Ed Wood circle.
It was kind of a gem, really, for me.
Yeah, it is. Don't get confused.
Don't get it twisted.
Yeah,
but it is fun, and so it's supposed to be his last job. She's like, "Be careful." And he hasn't told his other bro yet. And he's like, "Wait, what were you talking about with her? About something you have to tell me?" And he's like, "Nothing. Anyway, so they go on this.
Oh, that's adorable. He can't tell him because
it's NBD, bro.
His bros can be upset.
His bro's gonna be upset.
That the team's breaking up.
Yeah.
There's that. But it's also got that 12-year-old wish fulfillment vibe about it, where you're like, this is the movie these boys when they were little,
they get to have big guns, look
wanted to
super
make.
cool, wear like tactical gear.
Yeah.
Do they have big arms?
Oh, they're just bros.
Are they sweaty?
One of them reminds me of Tim
Skip
Borrego,
leg day,
which I loved. Like I immediately liked him because he reminded me of Tim.
Yeah. So they're part of this team going to this place to extract this woman from
this thing,
the underground research bunker where there's a monster or monsters roaming about. And so it's just them, trying to get to, because there's also this hostile militia that is trying to destroy this
what kind
bunker.
of monsters are they?
Like Doom.
Yeah.
Like genetic freak
They're
monsters?
Nephilim, aren't they? Like
so the whole story. And
they're
I
part
don't
angel.
mind.
They're like angel
They
hybrids.
found something in the ice. They combined it with human DNA, and they created something called Adam. And then Adam can infect, but I don't understand
This
any
sounds
of
like
it.
the Two Brothers movie from Rick and Morty, where it's just they just keep heaping things in.
That's what it is, man.
And then the one guy's like,
Grandma shows up.
the one guy's like, no,
And then a
this sounds
Spanish Armada.
like in the Bible it says, and then he's like spouting off the Nephilim myth, and then that's just okay. That's what we're dealing with then.
Yeah.
Is very silly,
and you can tell it felt like they made it maybe in sequence and became better filmmakers throughout the
there
movie.
was some really good, like some of the like action scenes. They were very well done.
It sounds joyful.
There's some joy in it.
Definitely.
Everybody was having fun.
They're archetypes. If you're a fan of like Aliens, and to me, it felt like a lot of it was a tribute to Aliens. And then, there was just other little nods to a lot of other 80s action movies. Literal shots that they were their tribute, but it was tributes. Like the thing I loved about it was it wasn't perfect. It wasn't like they could have probably staged like maybe a perfect tribute, but they did their best, and it's there's so much love in those moments where you're just like they have the tough lady who's with them who basically is like, get room, you two, that kind of characters with them, and like it has all that stuff, and it feels like playing in the yard, the movie,
Yeah, I like that.
It was adorable. It's just them then trying to get out of the thing with the lady. And there's like sort of a twist,
and the rubber suit on the monster was pretty cool.
Yeah, it felt like a zombie-esque story, but they were like, not good enough. Zombies on their own aren't good enough. Let's do something. And then this like Nephilim idea
spiced it up,
and the infection. Like, yeah, I'm not completely spoiling it. I'm just telling you that's that is a major plot point. But I still feel like if you're just chilling,
so it's not good, but it's entertaining.
Yes, if you're just chilling out on a and you got like 2 hours. I don't even remember how long it was. It wasn't 2 hours. Where you're doing nothing, waiting for the laundry to dry. That's the thing you can do is watch this movie.
It's a sweet little piece of craft work.
It's a sweet piece of ass.
Sweet piece.
If you just love the idea that somebody got to make their movie.
No, it's really like when you guys were describing this movie, it brought me back to going to Trader's Board yesterday.
Yeah.
And looking at all the old wrestling toys and all the old toys and the Nerf gun store.
Oh, there was a whole store full of Nerf guns.
And I feel like maybe these guys went to Trader's World and saw the Nerf guns and like, let's make a movie.
It's that same. I had so much joy with it like that. It's how it felt. It felt like play.
Yeah.
And I think at one point we were really discussing, should we get these Nerf guns? What are we going to do with them? They had a bow and arrow.
They had a bow and arrow. They had a giant... What kind of gun would that even be modeled on?
Well, some of them are just science fiction. Yeah.
They're just, you're just fantasy guns.
Nerf is a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, they had like those old-fashioned gangster machine guns.
Tommy gun?
The
Tommy
big
gun.
yeah.
Yeah, you could get the clip
Gatling
that
guns.
holds-
The boys had a million when they were kids. Those are great. Those are easy presents to get because they're not even that expensive,
right?
And they're big and clunky, and they have parts, and it looks significant.
It looks bulky.
It
in
looks
the tree.
substantial. So, the boys,
kids love big toys. Like when I was a kid, I wanted if it was a big toy, it could be like just a hard plastic. Nothing that means
he likes
doesn't
big
move.
things.
He likes them big.
Yeah, I liked them real big and plastic.
But I have to tell you, that store knew what it was doing, just displaying just racks and racks of Nerf guns.
Yeah.
That store was hopping.
It helps too that they had a consistent theme. Most flea market booths don't. They have like the guy who was there was the
it's
ring
like a
cleaner.
mall store there.
Yeah, there was a guy who was cleaning rings, jewelry.
Yeah,
and then they made smoothies.
Yeah.
And then they had,
and that's diversifying too much.
Yeah, or the one who had all the stones for artwork, I guess, or if you like rocks, like all kinds of different kinds of rocks. And then there was a plastic Fozzie Bear from the Muppets toy.
Yeah,
and then a thing of Reese cup eggs.
It just feels.
I love it.
Yeah, it's just interesting to me. That's one of the most interesting things in the flea market for me. Is just like it feels like a bazaar from a fantasy story.
Yes.
To me, to my imagination.
And what a fertile place it is.
It is. It is a very fertile flea market.
Anyway, Death Valley.
Death Valley.
Yeah.
The Valley of Death.
The Valley of Death. You Canadians made a fun little movie. Oh. I don't know what I'm doing.
You deserve all the Turkish delight you can stomach.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's
not a good candy.
No, I don't like it either.
I kind of liked it.
Well, you're wrong.
I mean, it's not something I would be like, oh, I need it now.
I mean, it's not awful, but it's not a delight. It's just...
It's Turkish.
It's aight.
Yeah.
Skyrocketing flight. Turkish delight.
All right. Well, guess what, guys? I've got a Jag in the box.
Oh, snap.
That I want you all to play with.
Is it
That's
cursed?
Creepy.
You want us to play with your
Yes.
box? All right.
I'm going to pass
it around.
All right, Freddie, you're up first.
Swap around Pammy.
You are...
I am...
We've just been passing this back and forth.
Loser, baby. Why don't you kiss me?
With kindness.
Your movie is called The Seventh Day. It's on Netflix.
Seventh Day.
You got arrested. Easy measy poo.
Yeah.
Easy measy poovy is what I meant to say. Easy peasy movie.
Is this about Jehovah's Day Off? It's like, is it like Ferris Bueller?
It's he plans to just get up and do nothing.
Yeah,
because he just made the world. But then
his friends show up.
His friends show up and they make him go out and they get involved in hijinks.
No.
Buddha and whatever other gods there are.
No.
Odin.
So this movie
I love that.
Stars Guy Pearce.
Oh, that's different.
Keith David.
Ooh.
It stars people.
Oh, wow.
A renowned exorcist teams up with a rookie priest for his first day of training. As they plunge deeper into hell on earth, the lines between good and evil blur.
Good and evil blow.
And
First day on the job.
And their own
Exorcist
demons emerge.
Oh, demons upon demons.
Demons on demons.
Mm-hmm.
It's never good.
What is this? Is the Seventh Day?
The Seventh Day.
Starring Guy Pearce.
Starring Guy Pearce.
Which is, I don't see that is streaming for free.
It's on Netflix.
But I can, that's why.
It's on Nartflex.
It's on Shartflex.
Is that the bootleg version that
Yes.
from Trader's World?
Nartflex.
Shartflex.
It's their own stream. Like they just
It's
torrent
your own
movies
splatter
and they've set up a
service.
server.
It's a new thing. It's like streaming, except it comes out in little spurts.
It's like when you're not expecting it.
Yeah,
You
like-
don't ever get it when you're expecting it.
Right. If you're eating like an exceptionally oily slice of pizza, like you'll get 5 minutes of
you're like,
Seinfeld.
it's like, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Little sporadic little bits.
Okay.
And you won't be ready for it. You'll be like, I didn't know Seinfeld was coming on just now.
It's the same streaming. It's the streaming service from Brown Box. You know
Yeah.
Brown Box, that thing where you go to rent a movie, but you have to shit in the machine to get the movie.
And you have to watch it standing up.
And you have to watch it standing up.
Mm-hmm.
This is their home streaming service.
I'm always renting that movie, The Black Hole, from
I love
Brown
the
Box.
Black Hole. Now you got me going on the Black Hole. I haven't seen that in ages.
Friday.
Yes, ma'am. Are we ready to move on?
Yeah.
Robots.
That seems fair.
What in the name of God?
What did he do to make this house so evil?
Murder, vampirism, cannibalism, drug addiction, alcoholism, sadism, mutilation.
How did it end?
If it had ended, we would not be here.
Yeah, man. You know, I kind of expected with the older trailer for them to be like, Hell House stands alone. And then there'd be like,
Yeah,
you
they
know.
didn't do any of that.
It was more like.
Just a lot of screaming.
A lot of screaming and stuff. I love this. I love this movie.
It's a great movie.
It is a great movie.
Richard Matheson's riff on The Haunting of Hill House.
Yeah, very much.
It was so atmospheric.
The sets.
Oh, the house porn.
Yeah,
Let's talk about sets, baby.
I want that fireplace, man.
It's outrageous.
The contrast of watching. I'm sorry, Andy. I didn't mean
No, I didn't realize that this was the movie that Scary Movie 2 was parodying.
Well, kind of. This is kind of part of the riff on.
I know
a
they
theme.
parodied a bunch of movies, but like there are scenes from this. Like,
oh yes, 'cause there's a couple specific bits. But you really appreciate this movie after watching Amy's roulette movie, Death Valley, because in the beginning of that, you kind of see that they don't know how to shoot the scene and all that, really, like from angles and stuff. And then you see this, and you're like, whoa, the contrast where you're just like, this is what a real cinematographer can do.
Yeah.
Stuff like they're shooting through like statues, like through the legs of a statue, and you're seeing the scene as if you're hiding behind a piece of furniture in the room or something. It's so
There's
good.
so many different weird angles that they're shooting from and like forced perspective type things.
Yeah, it really makes it seem like the house is
Yeah,
just gigantic, like and almost like it's expanding sometimes.
Like it was alive.
Yeah, exactly.
Very creepy vibe all around, like and it's that stark. This is like the haunted house you imagine, and this is the haunted house from Scooby Doo. This is the haunted house from the Haunted Mansion. Like, but this is what you really expect that to look like if it existed in reality. This kind of high fantasy version of haunted house.
Which I remember we also watched. Alisa had never seen it. We watched The Sentinel last night, which is a great pairing with this.
I love The Sentinel.
Yeah.
Have you seen that, Amy?
We did it for the show.
Yeah, but she might not have been there for that.
I'm pretty sure she was.
Why wouldn't you remember that?
I don't know.
Why wouldn't you remember where you were?
So
Very convenient.
The Legend of Hell House.
Yeah.
The legend is this motherfucker named Belasco.
That's a great name too for a horror movie villain.
Belasco.
Yeah.
It's funny for the longest time, and I this isn't the first time I'd seen this before, but I did not remember his name was Belasco. And I thought they were saying V Lasco, like Velasco, right? And
Vlasic.
And so when she was drawing like the butts on stuff, I was just like, why? I was like, I couldn't remember, why does she draw butts? It's the letter B.
Yeah.
You immediately thought butt.
I thought sunglasses or smiley face with sunglasses a couple times too. Early emoji.
Yeah, I read about 2/3 of this several years ago, and then I lost the book, and never did get another copy to finish it. But that's all. I just wanted to put.
Well, thank you.
But now
That's just a related fact.
You have the resolution of it now, though.
Yeah. No, totally.
Yeah.
The resolution was a little silly, but we'll get there. I don't think I've read it. I don't remember reading this.
It's a very old timey. I love these kind of. It's a modern story, but it's like an M.R. James ghost story. They managed to still make them scary while still being very simple and like, oh, I've seen this a million billion times, but it's still very spooky.
That's the thing. Like I could watch something like this and be, have seen the tropes they did in it. And it loses something if I come to something after I've seen all the derivatives, right?
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, this also hit me in the right way, where there was moments where I was truly feeling fear, like the seance scene, I guess, where the medium speaks as Daniel Belasco, like really weirded me out.
Yeah.
Oh, the way they pitch shift her voice down.
The way they do it,
creepy.
and the way it just hit me in that moment. Like, what would you do if you're in these situations? I was just putting myself in that and seeing somebody talk to me in a different voice.
Yeah.
And it's an evil entity of something. Oh, it just really got to me in that moment.
There's a crop. This is one of those movies like the Sentinel and the Changeling and the Haunting of Julia.
Witchboard. I'd put Witchboard in with this one.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, sure.
Kelly may disagree with me.
No, I don't. I don't remember. I don't know if I've ever even seen Witchboard, so I will not.
Oh, okay.
That's the only reason I'm saying.
I feel it fits with this very well.
And the Haunting, the Haunting, the original, the Haunting, not the remake with Liam Neeson. Never that. But yeah, that's just a group of really great spooky, and anything kind of in that that's well done. That's in that sort of.
Oh, Kelly shut down.
Well, so
you know what I mean.
Thinking, I've been, for whatever reason, I just decided to start watching Destination Fear, which is one of those ghost hunter shows.
Oh, yes.
And they're essentially doing the same thing on these ghost hunter shows that this movie was doing.
Right.
And so it's still something that fascinates me to this day, this idea about let's go to a place that is supposed to be haunted and let's investigate and figure out, is there proof? Can we show this old man, whatever his name is?
Big Daddy Kane.
Big Daddy Kane.
Big Daddy Kane with the Big Daddy payday.
And he wants evidence of survival, which is I've never heard it said like that before.
Yeah,
well, he
not
wants to know
life
if he's
after death.
Yeah.
He's not saying life after death. He's saying survival of death.
Survival of your personality.
Yeah.
Of a personality past death. Never heard it put that way or thought of that way.
Me neither. It's deep.
But it is what all these ghosty shows are doing.
Yeah.
They're trying to find that same thing in the same way almost.
This is also like, if you were a fan, like my favorite TV show of all time is the original The Twilight Zone, and Richard Matheson wrote some of the best episodes. Mm-hmm. This feels very much like an expansion of a Twilight Zone episode.
The same. It is. This could have definitely been, an anthology episode.
Yeah, and then they plus it where it could have just been everything Amy was just describing, but then they add you have two twists.
Yeah.
The one twist is that you have the girl who they brought in as the medium originally. This is where it crosses kind of from horror almost into a sci-fi story where they suspect that Roddy McDowall's character is also a medium, and it's true, but he's been suppressing his powers. It reminded me of Babylon 5. Like, I think Babylon 5 kind of has borrowed that for some of the scenes for their like psychic character interactions, but like they had this the moment where you reassign who the main character is like a few times throughout the movie.
Exactly.
And it's so well done, and it's like a great handoff that it's like the book where you know, when you read a book versus a movie adaptation, they usually will change things. Like in the movie Absolute Power, in the book, the main character dies halfway through. Spoiler. I'm sorry if anybody hasn't read that, but to illustrate the point is that they were like, you can't kill the main character in the movie. It's going to be different.
Yeah.
It would shift, and you're going to lose somebody who you think is your hero.
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought that was super ahead of its time and like really ambitious. And then the machine aspect was just another plus for me, where the professor's built this machine that will it will just wipe out the ghosts.
It's supposed to dissipate the energies.
Yeah.
It's his Ghostbusters ghost trap.
Yeah. And that's it takes it right over into sci-fi, you know?
Yeah.
And into like turn of the century spiritualism, like with the which is what gets the ball rolling to begin with, the ectoplasm.
Yeah. Oh, I love that scene, by the way.
Well, I loved how normal the machine looked.
Yeah.
It looked like an actual machine.
It looked like a piece of musical gear from the 70s.
It didn't look anything like supernatural or like super something you see from Frankenstein.
I wanted to ask this, and I checked the internet, I couldn't find any answer to this. So if anybody listening knows,
it's not true, sweetie.
He
is so obsessed with this.
The character who faces off with the machine in the movie is named Florence. And
it's not.
It's not. It feels almost like Florence and the Machine. Like they have a scene together with Florence and the Machine in the movie.
You would have been able to discover that through a Google search. That should have told you were wrong.
Or Florence and the Machine are so good at not telling people where they got the idea for the name.
I think the lady's name is Florence.
It is. Her name is Florence Welch.
Were you super high?
Is there a different machine?
Yes.
Is there a different machine though? Think of like why the machines, Florence? Why the machines, Florence?
So help me with. I think I lost the thread a little when we were watching it. I was kind of tired, but so Roddy McDowell had been there before
when he was much younger.
When he was much younger with another group of ghosty hunters.
He's the only one that survived.
Did they all die in the house during their stay there?
He's the one who got out alive, right?
So then who are these other people that he's talking about with like broken legs and paralyzed?
I think that's what happened.
That's what happened when in the house. I think.
Like they probably all got in. They all killed each other and themselves.
Or because,
or it's just like what happened at the end of the movie.
In the movie, like the Belasco, the ghosts were like throwing things on people and like pushing them off things. And I think something fell on them, or they got pushed off a balcony and
I don't know why I thought from his monologue about it that some of these people had developed these things later.
Yeah, I think it's because they were there over a long period of time.
Okay.
For the first investigation, and he's telling it to him.
Okay.
It took place over so many days or whatever.
Confused me.
I always imagined it too, like that all the things that were because the ghosts were seeming to also like make them want to like engage in the things that were happening when the house was active and people were in it. So it's like I also imagine them sort of being influenced to orgy and murder, sort of Event Horizon-esque.
Yes.
Like the previous psychic investigators all probably just fucked each other and then like bashed each other's brains against the ground and bit each other and vampired each other and
each other.
Well, that's like,
that guy hit by a vampire.
That's another thing I like because they didn't tell you what happened in the house. They just
a lot of hints.
Yeah, they hinted at it. They like show versus tell. They didn't show you. They just it was like wait. Anyway,
don't matter.
Anyway, that scene where he's describing what he was into, like the vampirism, the cannibalism, and all the other stuff, and it just gives you this picture of this guy that was just so depraved.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be like Aleister Crowley.
Yeah, exactly.
Matheson, I think, based him on.
So the big twist at the end is that this dude, this big, scary ghost man, Belasco, was just a tiny man.
I think, you know what?
Is that it?
I don't think that was meant to be so much like a big reveal as it was to just say what his motivation was.
That he was
portraying himself as something bigger than he was like in every respect. Yeah, kind of like the Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
I honestly think, Andy, I think you're like dead on the money. I'm sure they even called that their Wizard of Oz moment when they made it, probably.
Because then they find him, his body has been preserved in the house.
Yeah.
Which was kind of fucking terrifying.
It's a really great idea, and he kind of comes back. Matheson uses like bodies hidden in houses more than once because that's sort of again, not to spoil it any further, but like Stir of Echoes has kind of a similar thing. So I think he likes that for his ghost or his hauntings.
He's so good. I love he for me, like he's up there. Bradbury, Stephen King, Matheson are like
for sure
like the best, the absolute most talented, like creative, dark writing type of people.
I'll agree to that.
Well, there you go.
You sign this document that says you agree to that.
Judge Judy's going to want you to sign it.
I'll put Lovecraft on that list. I know he's a controversial figure, but
no, he I mean, the credit.
Masters of modern horror, I would call these.
Yeah, but even more so. Like I'm thinking, just more 50s on is what kind of why maybe. Like that era, like the boomers.
Yes, I didn't give him the rules before.
Yeah. I was thinking kind of boomer. When I think of like the boomers type, but yeah, like in the grand scheme of the entire history.
Well, I wasn't even. I just meant modern horror.
I mean postmodern.
Let me get my chart out and see if this checks out with everything I believe.
But I agree with you about the triumvirate you put out there.
Yeah,
definitely Ray Bradbury. I'm sorry that he gave up on horror years later.
Did he really?
He stopped writing it.
Well, that's too bad. I mean, there's so much. He's did so much already. That's this fucking flawless stuff.
That's true.
Amy, you were saying something.
Sorry.
The professor's wife.
Oh.
Was her motivation? Was she already a little like, my husband does not satisfy me sexually, so that's what the ghost man was able to kind of push her in that direction to be looking for some dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it unlocks your inner desires.
Okay.
And he was like Chris Parnell's character on Curb Your Enthusiasm, where they couldn't get together.
Yeah.
Remember?
And I do think again part of it is just the influences that drove the original place.
Yeah.
You kind of get filled with that crazy.
Yeah, the lusty
outside lust.
I love that scene where the shadows are start fucking.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was
so
amazing.
good.
Yeah. The statue to begin with is so well designed, but then when they shoot that light, it's like a firelight, so it's already it's a moving light. So it's such a like expert way of like making it what would be like a hallucination you would have in real life because of a fire moving into what is blatantly something supernatural happening.
Yeah.
And they did that with the cat scene in the shower.
Oh yeah,
with the shadow from the dead cat.
Oh yeah,
and it looked like this awful creature.
Yeah.
But then you open the door and it's just a dead cat. But
and the dead cat, they really kind of dropped the ball for the cat, which is fine because you almost kind of want to be reminded it's not not real, but it has a big old cartoon.
It was so mutilated at that point. It didn't like take me out of it.
Right. No, it was just kind of comical because when they reveal it, you're like, somebody had an unsteady hand with the paint today.
That was a very modern shower for such an old house.
Oh man, this house was amazing.
Only the most modern of amenities.
It was
in the Belasco house.
It looked comfortable for like an old crusty mansion.
Yeah. Well, did you notice like the architecture was not like specifically any type of style? It was
it was just a mishmash.
It was its own thing, which made it feel otherworldly too, because you're like, only great architects would like vary from tradition in that way, and it makes you think, well, what was the sinister aspect behind the construction of this place?
Right, it was Ivo Shandor was the architect on that.
That's from the Ghostbusters, right? Yeah. I love that idea.
You fucking nerd.
That makes the hairs on the back of my neck stand up.
Yeah, well, that's what I meant to do.
Yeah. It does. It's spooky.
I thought your hairs were getting lazy, and I was like, how can I get them to like just even stand up and get their blood flowing? And that's what I thought of.
That is it. Evil architecture. The idea that buildings can be evil.
Mm-hmm. And deliberately.
Yeah, like Marston House. I'm rereading Salem's Lot right now.
Yeah, Marston House.
Like all the ideas of just having, and that's what kind of all these movies kind of I think had in common this month, even though it wasn't intended. Wasn't it? Did all three end up being old dark house movies? Like, let's think back.
Sort of. I mean,
what was the first one we did?
Seance, which is the old boarding school,
and that was essentially an old dark house movie. Yeah. So all three ended up being
Ooh,
I mean, that's what you need for a seance. What are you going to do? A seance in a gas station parking lot?
That'd be kind of cool.
You can't do a seance in a modern house.
I actually might now.
An open concept house. Again, that's boring.
Which I will.
I'll make a good short film.
You ever what again?
When I write again.
Okay.
The unsettling thing about gas stations parking lot.
They are unsettling.
There's
and like a closed, abandoned one off the highway,
which I've been to.
The fucking contrast of like dark, pitch black night in the middle of nowhere with a little building that has the brightest fluorescent lights, that there's just this little aura of like it's an oasis. And like the idea of someone being alone there and being bored and having like a fucking seance in one of those places.
Yeah.
That's the good setup. That's like I'm gonna lick that off my fingers. It's kind of scary setup.
Maybe all right.
I feel gas stations are kind of like hell mouths.
Oh yeah.
Especially Thornton's on the corner.
The one over here is.
Well, the Thorntons by the Taco Bell too.
All the
That's
Thorntons are
that's
trash.
a hell mouth too. So I feel it attracts this
all the
weird
local
energy.
Thorntons.
Yeah. Like gas stations attract weird energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well,
I
they're
don't
transient.
disagree.
They're transient way stations.
You're just in, you're out.
Yeah.
You meet
like
people there.
hotels and motels. They're transient way stations.
There's candies that you can only buy at gas stations. Think about it.
They have those cookies that looks like somebody just baked and brought in. Those big chunk cookies.
Yeah, there's something sinister about
Pickles
that
in a
idea.
bag.
You can get those meat sticks that Freddie was talking about.
Yeah, the meat sticks.
Yep.
And some good hot dogs sometimes.
I used to love those big chunk
Cursed hot dogs
chunk
too.
cookies.
You'll find that's how you know it's a supernatural place. Is you will find candy that you'll go on Google and they'll be like, "This has not been made in 40 years."
This candy's been dead for 20 years.
But there's that great Gravity Falls episode about the convenience store.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
You don't?
It was like
No.
It was
It
one
was
of the
this
darker
exactly.
episodes,
They
too.
had a seance
At a convenience store?
Oh, it was like I do remember. It was great.
Yeah, it was a real good one.
Yeah. See all the
I
good
love that
ideas,
because
man.
They were put in real danger.
Yeah, the horror was real.
Yeah.
You haven't finished
The
that.
horror.
The horror.
Amy's only seen like maybe half of the first season.
I'm sorry.
We had so much good stuff.
I'm so sorry.
I had Adventure Time on earlier, and I'm a late comer to that. It was the weird thing the kids were into, and now it's like the thing that I'm recognizing was like ingenious piece of art.
I wonder
that
why.
was way more, no particular reason at all. I'm just saying, it is legitimately like some of the best art out there right now is being done on that show.
Well, if you have you watched Over the Garden Wall?
Not yet.
Oh well,
the little mice.
No.
Right?
I think he's saying check back in with him.
No.
After you see that.
No. Oh, I'm thinking of what's the one with the mice at the wall? The fantasy story.
Redwall?
Redwall. That's what when you said Over the Garden Wall, I was thinking of. You've told me about this before.
I think you will lose your balls over it.
I'm gonna add it to my list.
Well, good thing he has 3.
Also, probably Primal.
He can spare some.
if you want to see really great.
I watched Primal. I
Yeah.
haven't finished it. I only seen the first episode, but that fucking blew my mind.
Over the Garden Wall is going to really tickle all your sweet spots, I think. Very spooky. And you were just talking about something
Adventure
else.
Time.
Adventure Time. Oh, yeah. This is just a Freddie recommend. But if you have you watched Regular Show?
Yes.
I
like Regular Show.
Regular Show is not deep.
I like,
but it's like
what I call breakfast cereal shows that you can eat. The show you can watch any time of day.
Yeah.
With breakfast cereal, which you can eat at any time of day. I don't know if you know that or not.
It's good for dinner. It's good for breakfast. Good for lunch.
They pair so well together.
Do they have lunch cereals? Isn't it just called cereal?
You want to make a lunch cereal? You want to make the first lunch cereal has little hamburgers in it?
Redundant.
Cereal is just it's an anytime meal.
Yeah.
You could have a cereal that's fries, right, with little burgers.
Yeah, burgers and that's what they just call it, burgers and fries.
And you can pour melted cheese over it.
I just found it funny that you just called it breakfast cereal. It's just cereal.
I don't know why I do that.
Well, it is a phrase.
Yeah, he just wanted to be super clear.
I say ink pen
cereal.
too, and it drives Amy crazy.
I can't even.
I always say ink
A
pen.
pen has ink. Durr.
Some pens have vapor.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good point. Oof. Man,
I'm
Circle
representing
gets a square over here. That's what I was looking for right there was attorney at law, Kelley Kombrinck.
If I ever get my sorry ass over to like Ireland
Don't
or
be sorry.
any of those places, I'm going to stay in a castle.
This is a proclamation.
So there.
I'm in.
Because I love this house. I even love the like heavy red wallpaper in that one room.
Oh yeah, great wallpaper.
I want to stay in a castle that has the black and white checkerboard.
Yeah, floors.
And it has to have a giant table, like at least 30 feet long.
Yep.
We could do this.
Well, of course. I'm just saying.
Trestle tables.
I'm putting that down.
Yeah, why don't we
as
do
a
this?
must do? As Stacy's must do's.
Do you know how old we are? These must do's are get dones.
I know.
It's a get done list, not anything else.
I gotta go to Disney World 3 or 4 more times, and then
you don't want to see the places that inspired Disney World.
Ooh, the Disney destinations.
The real places.
Adventures by Disney.
Yeah,
we could do that. I want to stay in a castle.
Yeah, if they pay for it.
I want to have a seance in a castle.
I do want to sleep in a castle room that has one of those giant fireplaces, but that also has such a huge like stone area around it that you can leave it burn all night and not be worried that you're going to catch your house on fire.
Yeah.
Like I want to sleep in a room with a giant fire blazing until I just fall asleep.
And all kinds of like fantasy prostitutes all lounging around in
like
front of
wolf
it.
skin blankets.
Yeah,
kind of like Littlefinger's place.
Yeah, exactly.
Game
Like
of Thrones.
Place. That's what I want.
Oh man, Amy, I'm
You
sold.
want to stay at
We're doing
Winterfell.
this.
But nicer.
Yeah.
I wanted to have Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Oh, Wi-Fi.
On my Wi-Fi.
you meant to say like Alanis Morissette, right?
No, I was thinking of Borat.
I was thinking Borat too. That's why I said to my Wi-Fi.
And I like the idea of instead of high five, Wi-Fi. Is that what you're thinking?
You were doing.
I'm doing Wi-Fi.
My castle is broken.
So Borat and Alanis Morissette
Oh, they might be the same
are the
person.
same person.
I think so.
You've ever seen them
Alanis Borat set.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Do you guys remember when we were in Hocking Hills years and years and years and years ago? It was just us. And we had the Ouija board with us.
Yeah.
And we were asking questions and then at the same time watching Celebrity Ghost Stories.
Celebrity Ghost
Carl
Stories.
Winslow.
Carl Winslow had a ghoster.
Reginald Bell Johnson was on telling his story.
Was that the one? Was Jennifer Beals on that one too?
We saw Eric Estrada.
Eric Estrada.
Eric Estrada.
It was like
I could see how you
TV
get those two
cops.
mixed up.
Yeah.
We were in our little cabin playing with the Ouija board. Like, is this it's kind of the feeling I had yesterday at Trader's World. Did I fuck up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should I have done this?
It's the same feeling.
You're
and
like,
then
did we just make an Evil Dead?
Yeah.
Man, that was a cozy cabin we had.
cozy.
It was.
And
It was real nice.
We went upstairs that night and we had they had the skylight open to the
There you
stars
go.
above you out in the middle of nowhere, you know. It was magical.
Yes.
You made your caveman steaks there.
Yeah, those are great.
Those were good.
Those were real good.
Really good steaks.
Agreed.
Slap a ribeye on some charcoal.
Jargal.
We need to do that again.
Yes.
We need to do that again.
Yes.
Our we needs to gotta get her done's.
It's going to be on our Get Her Done.
Get her done list.
So are we done?
Yes,
Speaking
Legend of
of
Hell.
Well, this is one of those. We can cross it off the list. We got her done.
Thanks,
Yep.
Dave. It was a cozy movie.
It was so
I love
cozy.
that.
It was so
Very
nice
cozy.
too because I just watched this like a couple months ago.
And I forgot to say, Roddy McDowell, I've decided is the cutest person that ever lived.
Oh, he's so good.
He is so adorable.
He's always great too.
Yeah.
I feel like
I don't think ever lived, but whatever.
No, he's just so wee and
All
so
right.
cute.
what I love is how he would go bigger and bigger and bigger, and they were like, he acts his balls off in everything he's in, but it's good. It's not like overacting. Really, it's a style.
It's a progression. Yeah.
Yeah, he has a range, and it's dramatic and over the top, but like. You have to like all the other actors. I feel like they have to find where they fit in like the harmony of that, in the tone of the movie. I think that they let him go real big, and everybody's like, okay, you want to kind of be just kind of right around him, and he's the through line of. It's true of a lot of the movies he's
You're
in.
just like really into this.
I just love Roddy McDowell. I think he's like one of the best.
Don't worry,
ever.
I agree with you.
And his
I was just like, wow, he's got a lot to say about this.
and his bones don't have sesame seeds on them. I do a McDowell's joke.
Oh God, the Big Mick.
Yeah. That's
I
like
thought
coming
you said-
to America.
I thought you said his bones don't have sesame seeds on them.
His bones don't have. We've been to the Roddy McDowell grave.
Alive or dead?
He's dead. And we've dug down into it and we checked.
Yeah.
Is he Malcolm McDowell's brother or?
I don't think they're of any relation.
I don't know. You just blew my mind, though. I don't know. The possibility. It's possible, right?
It's possible, but I don't think
they're so different.
Relation.
They couldn't be more different.
I think they look alike.
No, but yeah, I don't see that.
I was looking up pictures of Roddy McDowell. He looks like Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
He does sometimes, and he
makes a great ape.
He does. I love Cornelius.
Cornelius,
right?
yeah.
And I love him in Fright Night. I think he's
Fright Night's
the best thing about Fright Night.
He is.
We should do a McDowell month.
We should. What is the next theme? Do we know?
No.
All right.
He is not related to Malcolm McDowell. I was just assuming.
So. Yeah, you assumed his relationship.
Yeah.
In January, we tend to do the.
But guest is choice. Yeah. Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Staff picks.
Staff picks.
That's right. That's what's coming up in January.
And I start.
Yeah,
because I'm the oldest.
Oh no!
So what do we have left this month? We have how many shows?
We have
one.
Just feedback.
Just feedback.
Yep.
All right.
If you have anything to say, listener, let us know. crew@notlp.com.
Yeah, that'll be fun. And our Beelzebubs.
Yes.
We've put devils aside.
Do we want real quick for Andy to tease his Topicana if you're ready to do so?
Topicana. Since it's the holidays,
Robble.
My topic is you have a holiday named after you.
Yes.
What do we do on this day?
Oh, I love this one. I love Kelley Day traditions.
This is good.
Do you have like carols? Do you have special traditions?
Oh, you opened up an entire world for me. I'm coming back with a lot.
He's come back hard.
Oh, shit.
Oh, this is a great prompt.
All right.
So describe your holiday.
I will. Oh, my God.
All right.
Alise Kombrinck.
Hi.
Congratulations, Alise.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I'm very proud
She just graduated. She's a master.
I'm very proud of my wife. She basically is graduated, but she probably doesn't want me jinxing her.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay.
You're still amazing no matter what.
But you are amazing no matter what.
But
Very
you're going to be
proud
fine.
of you. Yes, agreed.
Yeah, 100%. Amanda Geletko.
Woo.
Ernie Perez.
Yee.
Mark Watts.
My what's up?
Bill Farner. Blakey.
Okay.
Jeremy, Cassie, and Gamora Burmeister. Jeff L.
Jeff L.
Iona Goodwin.
Iona, great one.
Oh.
Joe Juvland.
Jordache Jeans.
Emily.
I still don't remember why I'm calling him that.
Well, now you are.
It was from the meetup.
I know, but I don't remember why.
Frog butts.
Those are Bugle
Anyway,
Boy jeans. He's
wherever, whatever.
Want us an extra love out to Emily and Branan and the family.
Much love.
So love you guys very, very much.
Yes.
Sweethearts, you brighten our lives in ways you couldn't possibly know.
It's true.
So happy to have you as friends. Bill Chandler.
Billy boy.
And the same goes for all of you. You guys are a wonderful bunch. And I almost read, I had a speck. Here's the funny thing. There's a speck on my screen that lined up perfectly with Blayne Turner's name that made it look like his name was Blairf Turner.
Yep.
Do you think we had a new Beelzebub?
I thought he went in and maybe changed his name to Blurf.
Blurf?
And it was so goddamn funny.
That would be so weirdo of him.
It would be so weirdo. Alyssa Boehm, who had me in stitches about Jorts the cat on the meetup.
We're going to remove those stitches in a couple weeks. Don't you worry.
Do you know about Jorts and jeans?
Do yourself a favor and look it up on the internet.
All right.
You look it up. It started as a thread on Am I the Asshole?
Yeah.
Where somebody was asking if they were the asshole for
it's a whole thing.
For profiling an orange cat.
As dumb.
Essentially. And it turns into this whole HR nightmare thing. But anyways, I would never have known it existed if it weren't for Alyssa, and it tickled me to my core.
All right. George and Jeans.
Monica Martinson. Paul Gauthier. Dr. Brian. Dave Siebert. I was going to go like Dave TV.
Why don't you?
He's just a gigolo. Carla Gibson. And last but not, two more. Dustin and Ace Chisam.
Hi.
Plus his putty cats. And Lynn Walsh.
From down under, Lynn down under. Sorry. From a Lynn down under.
From a Lynn down under.
I didn't get that.
A Lynn down under.
He says from a Lynn down under, you see?
My friend Lynn from down under. She said I could do it.
I know. No. Because here's the thing.
I come from a land down
Kelly's got an Outback pass.
You don't get a say in your nickname.
Yeah.
You do it. It happens.
It just happens.
That's my rule.
That's your rule.
I come from maybe down under.
Because I never had a nickname. Nobody ever gave me one.
Amy Coconuts.
Amy Good Gorilla.
So Amy Good Gorilla. I don't want
that one.
You don't get to pick. You just said.
Amy Good Gorilla is such a good one.
You just said you don't get to pick.
She tried to change the rules midstream.
You know, here's
what's the nickname that George wanted to?
A T-bone.
T-bone.
They call him Gammy at the end.
That was so brilliant.
Gammy's getting upset.
Anyway,
that's so killer. You're saying about gorillas, and it made me remember this idea I had to text to Dave and Jason because I thought it'd be a good comic book idea.
Yeah.
And we found Pez dispensers at Trader's World, and I started thinking about what if like a zookeeper gave the gorilla a Pez dispenser one Christmas, right? It's like a Christmas horror story.
Sure.
And he teaches the gorilla how to use it.
And then it tears people's heads off?
Yeah, and he runs out of Pez one day, and he just tears the zookeeper's head off.
Yeah, that's adorable.
Isn't that cute?
Well, partially it tears because he needs
he rips him back.
He needs a hinge.
And I just need somebody to bring Bernie Wrightson back from the dead to draw this.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening. I hope you had a good time. We will see you again after Christmas.
Thanks, everyone.
Have a good Christmas if you celebrate Christmas.
Whatever you do, have a good week.
Yeah.
Yes, treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
And each other.
Ho, ho, ho.
Bye.
Frankenstein was wondering if he